Imagine being just days away from the most important day of your life, only to discover that the person you trust most has been hiding a shocking secret. What would you do if the woman you were about to marry disappeared to a swingers party without telling you? This is the story of how I uncovered the truth and why I chose to walk away before it was too late. My name is Daniel, and I was engaged to Melissa. We had been together for 4 years, and I genuinely believed our relationship was unshakable. Melissa was vibrant, lively, and loved being the center of attention, but I always trusted that she was faithful. Our wedding was just 3 months away. The venue was booked, flowers selected, guest list finalized. Everything was perfectly in place. But Melissa had a side I thought I knew nothing about. She loved parties, drinking with friends, and constantly spoke about trying new experiences. I assumed she meant traveling, hobbies, or adventurous activities. I had no idea she meant something entirely different. One Friday evening, she told me she was heading out for a girls' night. I didn't think twice. This wasn't unusual. But that night felt different. She dressed in a way I hadn't seen before, an eye-catching dress, sky-high heels, and a perfume she rarely wore. "Where are you going?" I asked. She laughed, brushing it off. "Just out with the girls, babe. Don't wait up." The hours passed, and I didn't hear from her. By 2 a.m., there was still no message, no call. The following morning, she returned home, hungover and unusually quiet. Normally, she would recount every detail of her outings, but this time, she barely said a word. My instincts screamed that something was wrong. 2 days later, the truth arrived, not from her, but from one of her bridesmaids, Emily. Her voice trembled as she said, "Daniel, I don't know how to say this, but you need to know. Melissa didn't just go out for a girls' night, she went to a swingers party." I froze. A swingers party? Emily hesitated, then continued. "She went with some friends. She slept with someone there. Everyone saw it. I couldn't stay quiet and let you marry her without knowing." It was as if the ground vanished beneath me. I didn't want to accept it, but Emily sent me photos. Melissa at the party, passionately kissing another man, more than just kissing. The woman I loved and planned to marry, cheating on me in a stranger's home, while our wedding plans were in motion. When she came home later that day, I was waiting. "How was your girls' night?" I asked, forcing calm into my voice. She smiled nervously. "It was fun, nothing special." I pulled out my phone and showed her the evidence. Her face drained of color. She reached for the phone, stammering, "Daniel, it's not what it looks like." "Not what it looks like?" I interrupted. "You went to a swingers party. You slept with another man. And you thought I wouldn't find out?" Tears filled her eyes. "It was just one night, it didn't mean anything, please, don't destroy what we have." But my decision was already made. "You broke it. The wedding is cancelled. We're done." She collapsed to her knees, begging me not to leave, promising she would never betray me again. But the damage was irreversible. How could I promise forever to someone who had shattered my trust before we even exchanged vows? I immediately called the venue, the caterer, everyone involved, and canceled the wedding. Some were shocked, others angry, but once I explained the reason, they understood. Melissa tried to twist the story, claiming I overreacted, but the facts were undeniable. She had destroyed our relationship for one reckless night. I blocked her number, moved out, and never looked back. Months later, I heard through mutual friends that she regretted her choices. But by then, I was already free, living my life without the burden of betrayal. Sometimes, the strongest response isn't shouting or revenge. It's simply walking away and letting the consequences fall where they may.